All right, let me now take you to the Poet You Should Know, an event that went down at the Alliance Francaise. And this time round, it was an open mic session with Stella Kivuti headlining the event. Let's check it out.
Comedian economy, chafua ya 16% tax on diesel, suru expensive housing, ndondo inflation, katakata electricity bills, sosa ration water na pasua ya feata iko fair. Inasokota tumbu, inapandisha temperatures alive, mshahara ndogo ina weekend my joint symptoms za malaria. Sina hata net neza Google cure.
Poet You Should Know is an open mic session that brings poets together to share, discuss, create and showcase works that are meant to spark critical conversations.
Capital iko govern na masonko, so msoto utashinda umetama kwa hii mara mkos vitu haziko barabara.
The event attracted a number of spoken word artists from different regions.
Hii show inaitwa Poets You Should Know. Basically ni open mic. Open mic flow yake, people come with their performances, they write their names, then we call them up on stage to perform. But then we have a featured act, who is the poet you should know. So once in a while we call an artist mwenye akona a set ya performance, almost 30 minutes. Akisha perform hiyo 30 minutes, then the show imeisha. Yeah.
K2, a South Sudanese poet born and raised in Kakuma refugee camp, has done poetry for 7 years. K2 advocates for the voiceless in the community.
When choosing a wife, don't let the natural allowances that they have deceive you. Because you see, she may have mountains behind her back, but when you guys quarrel in a relationship, the echo of the sound may make the mountain crumble and end the marriage.
His piece was a history of his migration journey and how he yearns to be known by his name and not a refugee.
I'm a type of a man that will give you slow morning kisses on a Monday, tight warm hugs on a Tuesday, flatter with you the entire Wednesday, teach you about how to handle hardship in life on a Thursday, take you to my parents for blessings on a Friday.
Stella Kivuti is a remarkable poet who has made a significant impact in the poetry industry.
There is no stuttering, I'm leaving the stammering to the people who are clamoring. I am back again, this is not a trend. In case you don't know who I am, let me tell you again. I go by Stella, and I live up to it. I'm quite stellar, occasionally sing a cappella, but mainly I'm a storyteller.
Her unique style, quick wit and sharp tongue captivate audience and leave a lasting impression.
Call you uncivilized, try and colonize. Call you unkind, ungrateful, unreasonable. When you ask them why, do their museums have more of our history, more of our ancestry? Taught by people who broke down our culture, our ritual, called it evil, gave you a Bible, told you read those pages daily, pray with your eyes closed, you won't see them taking the things away.
As the 2020 Pisc Slam Queen, she stands out as a talented female poet in the world of poetry.
Lend me your ears and listen carefully, because I'm a black woman living spiritually. I had the audacity to wake up today, put my foot down with the power of God and make Satan pray. I walked out of the house with my head held high and a stern face that kind of looks at you and puts you in your place. Don't try me, because you have the right one on the wrong day.
Another great female poet in the house was Just Wairimu.
Now when you dress, make sure your skirt is long and flowy, hiding your curves and killer legs. You must cover your chest. That view is only for your husband, dearest.
She's a spoken word artist, MC, and youth champion well known for her spoken word artistry, based on sensational pieces addressing current events for social change, sensitization, and inspiration.
You should have dreams and ambitions, but don't be too ambitious. You can be independent, but not too independent, lest you scare potential suitors away. Be a boss lady, but not too bossy.
The beauty of such events is that it has given artists visibility and a place to exercise their genius on stage.
Vile akona big dreams unaweza dhani kejani akona bed sitter. Hizi ni chronicles za ule boy mwenye alikuwa na dreams za kuwa pilot but aliamua kufuga kuku. So apparently ndege ni ndege.
My mouth says no, no matter how many times you think my dress says yes, the answer is no. She turns to go. He grabs her hand. Where do you think you're going?
Some to have tears, poison clothes, and red eyes. To know in my light the biles and holy angel, and to see their beauty in the darkness of the skies.
Hopefully, these trends will make a strong industry, one where spoken word poetry is not only used for entertainment purposes, but also for social change and important contemporary conversations.
A big fish, on my soul I be fishing, kila siku ninapiga tizi. I go hard every day, kesho neza kuwa nimezidi, yeah. There were days I was doing everything on my own, cheeky blessed, nimefika with God on my zone, last year
Just sitting there in the audience, it was so therapeutic for me, you know. There's so many different emotions that we went through together. There are so many, you know, you heard people laughing in the audience about very heavy topics, but it's because it's the truth. And I don't know why we laugh at the truth. I think because we shy away from it so much, but when it's candidly spoken about, it's very liberating. So I think poetry needs, you know, more coverage, more limelight, more of a bigger platform. I'd love to see it more mainstream. But this is how we start. We start organically. You know, you build that base, you build those followers, those that like to listen, and you know, it eventually becomes contagious. It spreads like wildfire.
In as much you do not have the opportunity everywhere to showcase your talent or to gain new fans or an audience, here you've gotten the opportunity. If you are not that sure of yourself, the crowd is backing you up. So if you're not that confident in your skills, it's a great opportunity to grow them.
Wow. Poetry feels like we still have a long way to go, but we are getting there.
Yo, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. But if there is this one poet that stood out for me, that is definitely Rubian, manze. Big shout out to you, manze. Surprisingly or sadly, we've come to the end of the show, manze. I want to send a big shout out to everyone who has been tuned in. Thank you so much, manze. And on our wrap-up song tonight, Zuchu, Honey, hey manze, it's a banger. So feel free like a boss, enda pale kwa YouTube, support. My name is Jack Mula, the party daddy, aka your girlfriend got my number. And if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened. Adios, baby. Bye.